Hola, ¿cómo estás? How's it going? My name is Wes. Welcome back to lesson 12 already. In this blue lesson, we will go over the numbers in Spanish. So we will have a look at the numbers 1 to 10, and we will also look at some of the most famous ordinal numbers. So first, second, third, and so on. Alright, so today is a blue lesson. Now, we're gonna go through these blue lessons in a quite rapid pace. And what you can do is you can pause the video whenever you feel like you want to, take a copy of the words that we will learn, add them to your notes, or download the PDF that you'll be provided with at the end of this lesson. So this vocabulary topic, which is called numbers, consists of 5 parts, and today we will start with part number 1. Alright, so the first number we will learn is actually not 1, but it's 0. And in Spanish, it is almost the same as in English. However, in Spanish we use a C instead of a Z. So not 0, but cero.
Cero. Cero.
Let's move on to number 1, which is
Uno. Uno.
And notice that it's not you know, but it's uno. So don't pronounce that U as a U, but as a U. So uno. Alright, number 2 is
Dos. Dos.
pretty easy. I'm pretty sure that you've probably heard the letters or the numbers 1 to 10 before, but it's good to go over them again and to study them and to learn them by heart so that we can use them for other lessons as well. Alright, number 2.
Dos.
Then number 3 is
Tres. Tres.
and number 4.
Cuatro. Cuatro.
Alright, let's move on to number 5, which is
Cinco. Cinco.
and number 6, which is
Seis. Seis.
and then number 7,
Siete. Siete.
so cinco, seis, siete. And number 8,
Ocho. Ocho.
and this one is actually pretty easy to remember. You just have to think about, for example, an octopus, which has 8 arms, which comes from the letter 8, ocho. So ocho for number 8, and then for number 9 we have
Nueve. Nueve.
not to be misunderstood by nuevo, which means new. So nuevo ends with an O, nueve ends with an E. So you really have to pronounce that E, nueve, number 9. Alright, and then the last number already, which is number 10.
Diez. Diez.
So let's go over them one more time. We have
Cero. Uno. Dos. Tres. Cuatro. Cinco. Seis. Siete. Ocho. Nueve. Diez.
Alright, so those are the first numbers 1 to 10 that we learn, or 0 to 10 actually. And now before we end this very short lesson already, I also want to go over the ordinal numbers. Not all of them, but some of the most frequently used ordinal numbers, which are first, second, third, and last. So these are what we call ordinal numbers. So let's have a look first at the ordinal number first. So first in Spanish is
Primero. Primero.
or if we are talking about something that's feminine, then we say
Primera. Primera.
So I've added this blue A at the end for you to show that it can either end in O or A. Second in Spanish is
Segundo. Segundo.
or
Segunda. Segunda.
if we are talking about something feminine.
Segundo. Segunda.
Second. And then third in Spanish is
Tercero. Tercero.
or
Tercera. Tercera.
right. So we have
Primero. Segundo. Tercero.
so those are first, second, and third. And then the last ordinal number which I want to give you in this lesson is last, which in Spanish is
Último. Último.
or if we are talking about something feminine, we say
Última. Última.
and again we have the accent on a U, which means that that's where we put the stress. So
Último.
Not último, but
último,
because the stress is on the U. Anytime you see an accent, that's meant to indicate that that's where we put the stress or the accent. I've made a separate lesson in which we will dive deeper into these accents and tildes, as we call them in Spanish. So more about this later. So the word last in Spanish is último, but if we want to say the last, we can say
el último, el último,
or if we talk about something feminine, we can say
la última, la última.
Alright, and that's actually already it for this short blue vocabulary lesson. I wanted to start off easy with the numbers. There are so many more numbers that we can go over. I don't want to go into depth with all of them, but especially the first 50 or so, I really want to take the time for to learn them, because numbers are something you will probably use very often in the Spanish language. Again, as always, you can find the PDF file to this lesson on my website, SpanishWithWes.com. so that you can practice with these numbers that we just learned. Also, as I said before, I highly recommend using a technique such as flashcards to learn these words that we learned. And I recommend to learn these numbers first before you move on to the next lessons. Alright, that's it for this lesson. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you learned something new. And of course, as always, I would like to see you in the next lesson. For now, I'm going to say until the next one, which in Spanish was hasta la próxima. So, see you in the next one. Adios.